Hey guys, it's Sean here, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to organize your Microsoft Ads columns and read the stats, okay? There's a ton of information in here. There's reports, there's this, there's that. Really, if you just follow what I'm about to tell you, it's going to give you 99% of what you need to know anyways, okay? Some of these items are only going to be available at certain levels, okay? And you'll see what that means in a second. So really, there's 5 things we look at. We look at the campaign, right? And inside of a campaign, there are different ad groups, okay, themed out. And in each ad group theme, there are keywords, right? And within those keywords, there are search terms. And within the keywords, there are also ads, okay? So there's a campaign report, an ad group report, a keyword report, a search term report, and an ad report. And we will review these things over time, okay? Now, the columns, I'm going to read them off to you. So the bid strategy type is, are you bidding for clicks? Are you bidding for conversions? Most times you are either going to do an enhanced CPC, enhanced cost per click, which is where we start. I'm going to talk about target CPA as another option. And 99% of ads you do in the CPA space will be one or the other. A target CPA is when you set how much you want Microsoft to pay per lead. You can actually train Microsoft and Google over time to go get you the lead cost you're looking for, okay? So we're going to talk about that in a future video. So I like to see what bid strategy type I have going. Impressions is the amount of times your ad is shown. So if somebody types in cheap apartments near me and your ad shows up on Microsoft, that is an impression. And if you ever don't know what any of these mean, you can always hover over the question box here and it'll tell you what it is, okay? A click is a click. So your ad might show up on Microsoft, but when it gets clicked, that will show here. The click-through rate is simply the amount of clicks divided by impressions. So if I have 100 impressions and 10 clicks, my CTR will be 10%. The average cost per click is literally going to be the amount of money you spent divided by how many clicks. So if you spent $200 and you had 400 clicks, then your cost per click would be 200 divided by 400 or 50 cents, okay? Conversions in this scenario is how many people opted into your form. How many leads did you get? This is different from the conversions you will see in Max Bounty and other CPA networks, okay? So if I have 100 clicks to my website and 30 people give me their name and email, I will have 30 conversions show up in Microsoft. Your cost per action is simply going to be the spend divided by conversions. So if I spent $100 and I got 30 conversions, okay, my cost per action would be 100 divided by 30 or $3.33. That essentially is your cost per lead. Your conversion rate is your conversions divided by your clicks, okay? So if I had 30 conversions on 100 clicks, my conversion rate would be 30%. The revenue and return on ad spend is more relevant for e-commerce businesses. When we get into the tracking section of this program where it's a little bit more complex and deep, you can have your revenue show up here, but for now, just park it and we'll come back to it later. Quality score we talked about, this is only going to show at the keyword level. Okay, this is going to be a number out of 10 based on, relevance, landing page experience, click-through rates, so on and so forth. Impression share. This is the amount of times your ad is shown as a percentage of the total impressions available. So this is a good marker of your competition, okay? Generally speaking, the higher your impression share, the more money you spend. The lower your impression share, the less money you will spend, but also the less you'll be shown. Same thing, the higher impression share, the more you'll be shown. You're kind of looking for a sweet spot around 40 to 60%. That's my experience. That's not told to me by Microsoft. I've had other ad experts in this space say similar things. Usually if you're below 40%, you're just not going to be seen enough and you're spending too little money. And if you're above 60%, you're probably overpaying. So that doesn't mean that you can't get good results if you're under 40 or that you're getting bad results if you're over 60. Certainly, I have ads where I spend, my impression share is over 60% and I do really well. And I have ads where my impression share is well under 40% and I do well. But 40 to 60 is sort of that sweet spot. The absolute top impression share is the amount of times you're showing in the very first position. And your loss to rank is simply the inverse of your impression share. So if you're shown 70% of the time, it means you've lost 30% to some sort of ranking issue. They used to tell you, you need to bid higher, you need a better landing page, things like that. They don't tell you that anymore. So this column is kind of useless. I just like to have it there. Some things to note, okay? I have them all organized here. These stats that you see here will be available at the campaign, the ad group, and keyword level, but they won't be available at the search term or ad level, okay? And then bidding strategy type and quality score will only be useful at the ad group and keyword level, okay? I'll put this below the video. Now, how would I add these? Okay, so I'm in the ad group level under columns. I'm going to modify columns. Let's just remove them all so we can start from scratch, okay? Take this list and go in order. So we got attributes, bid strategy type. We're going to click the add button. We got impressions, clicks, CTR. I already know what these are, guys, so I'm going to go a little quicker, but you can slow down. So we got impressions, clicks, CTR, and then I think I got CPC and spend. CPC and spend. So those are the 5 under performance. Then conversions. I got conversions, CPA, conversion rate, revenue, return on ad spend. All right. Then we got quality score, which is again under performance, I believe. Maybe not, maybe under attributes. There it is under attributes, quality score. Then we got share of voice. We want impression share, top impression share. So impression share, top impression share, IS lost to rank. Okay, you can see now it's going to order it. I can move stuff up and down by selecting this little hamburger guy. And if I want to save it, okay, we'll just call this Sean's test. I would just call it ad group stats, campaign stats, keyword stats. Make it nice and easy. We can apply it. And then we can see under the columns level, you'll see there's my test. And if I want to select ad group stats, I select it and it brings up the columns. And it's saved forever, so it's nice and neat and organized, okay? So I recommend you take the 5 or 10 minutes, do this at the campaign level, the ad group level, the keyword, the search term, and the ad level, and set the columns up nicely. It saves in your account forever, and this way you'll be able to read stats very easily and make good decisions in your business. So that's it for the columns, and I'll see you on the next video.